Chosen one, you're starting to notice it, aren't you? The world sees your light, and some people can't handle it. What if I told you this was part of your divine plan? You need to hear this right now. Have you ever felt like people are watching you, noticing you in ways that you can't quite explain? Maybe it's the way they look at you, the curiosity, or sometimes the envy in their eyes. It's as if they can see something in you, something powerful, something divine. That's because they can. You carry a light, a divine light that cannot be hidden, and the world is starting to notice. Whether it's friends, strangers, or even those who oppose you, your energy is impossible to ignore. But with this recognition comes challenges. Not everyone who sees your light will celebrate it. Some will be drawn to it, while others will try to dim it because they don't understand it, or worse, because they fear it. This is not a coincidence. You are a chosen one, and your light is part of your divine purpose. It's unstoppable, undeniable, and it was meant to shine, even in the face of resistance. In this video, we're going to explore the power of your light, why the world is drawn to you, and how you can protect your energy from those who seek to drain it. By the end, you'll understand why the world is watching and how to embrace your role in this grand spiritual awakening. If this resonates with you, like this video and comment 77 to let the world know that you're stepping into your light. Now, let's dive into the first revelation. The immense power of your divine light and what makes it so unique. The power of your divine light. Your light is not like anyone else's. It's not just a brightness. It's a force, an energy that radiates from within you and impacts the world around you in profound ways. It's the essence of who you are, the unmistakable signature of your divine purpose as a chosen one. This light is not something you earned or acquired. It's something you were born with. It's woven into your soul, part of your divine design, placed within you by the Creator as both a gift and a calling. Your light is your connection to God, a reflection of His truth, love, and power, and it has the ability to touch lives, reveal hidden truths, and heal wounds that have festered in darkness for far too long. And because it is so unique, it cannot go unnoticed, cannot be hidden. In Matthew 5 verse 14, Jesus says, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid." These words are not just a metaphor, they are a declaration of spiritual reality. Your light is not meant to be obscured or subdued. It wasn't given to you so you could blend in with the crowd. It was given to you to stand out, to illuminate the paths of those who are lost, and to bring hope to a world drowning in fear and despair. Like a city on a hill, your light draws attention simply by existing. But with this gift comes responsibility. Just as a city on a hill becomes a focal point for both admiration and criticism, your light will attract all kinds of attention. People are naturally drawn to it, some for inspiration, others out of curiosity, and some, sadly, out of jealousy or fear. Your light carries immense power because it is transformative. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift? Maybe people stop and look at you, or conversations grow quieter, as if your presence has changed something in the atmosphere. That's your light. It's not something you consciously do, it simply is. It has the power to calm storms of anxiety, to create a sense of safety, and to invite others into a space of authenticity. You might find that people open up to you, sharing their deepest fears and struggles, even when you haven't asked. They sense your light, and they're drawn to its healing energy. But here's the thing about transformation. It isn't always comfortable. Your light doesn't just bring comfort. It also exposes what has been hidden. It reveals truth, both beautiful and painful, and for some, that truth can be too much to handle. This is why your light can sometimes trigger resistance or negativity. It's not about you. It's about what your light reveals in others. It's like holding up a mirror in a dimly lit room. The mirror doesn't create flaws. It simply reflects what's already there. In the same way, your light reveals the shadows that others have tried to ignore. For those who are ready to confront their darkness, your light is a gift, a catalyst for growth and healing. But for those who are not yet ready, it can feel threatening. They may respond with defensiveness, criticism, or even hostility, not because they dislike you, but because your light forces them to see parts of themselves they would rather avoid. This dynamic can be challenging to navigate. It's not easy to be a light bearer in a world that often prefers the comfort of darkness. You may have felt this throughout your life. Times when people misunderstood you, questioned your motives, or tried to diminish your glow. Maybe you've experienced relationships where your kindness and authenticity were met with suspicion, or where your strength and resilience made others feel insecure. These experiences can be painful, but they are also proof of the power of your light. If your light were not impactful, it wouldn't provoke such strong reactions. The Bible offers countless examples of individuals whose light set them apart and attracted both admiration and opposition. Consider the story of Moses, whose face shone with divine radiance after spending time in God's presence. Exodus 34 verses 29 to 35. The Israelites were so overwhelmed by the brilliance of his light that they asked him to cover his face with a veil. They were drawn to Moses as a leader, but they were also intimidated by the divine energy he carried. This story illustrates a profound truth. Your light will draw people closer to God, but it will also challenge them to confront their own spiritual state. It is both a gift and a responsibility. Your light also has a ripple effect. Its impact extends far beyond what you can see. Like the sun rising over a darkened landscape, your light touches places you may never visit and people you may never meet. Think about the times you've inspired someone without even realizing it. A kind word that lifted someone's spirits, a moment of vulnerability that gave someone else the courage to open up, or simply your presence, which made someone feel seen and valued. These seemingly small acts are the work of your light. They create ripples of hope, healing, and transformation that spread farther than you can imagine. But this ripple effect can also attract attention from forces that seek to extinguish your light. The enemy knows the power of your light, and they fear what will happen if you fully embrace it. They use distractions, doubts, and even the negativity of others to make you question your worth, to make you feel like your light isn't enough or that it's too much. This is why it's so important to stay grounded in your connection to God. Your light doesn't come from you, it comes through you. It is a reflection of God's love, truth, and power. And as long as you stay rooted in Him, your light will never fade. Your light is not just for you, it is for the world. It was given to you to shine in dark places, to guide those who are lost, and to bring glory to God. As 1 Peter 2 verse 9 reminds us, "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light." If you've ever felt the weight of this responsibility, if you've ever wondered why your presence seems to draw so much attention, it's because your light is meant to be seen. It's not just a gift, it's a calling. You are a beacon, a lighthouse guiding others through the storms of life. And just as a lighthouse cannot choose to dim its light for the sake of comfort, neither can you. The world needs your light, even if it doesn't always know how to receive it. If this resonates with you, if you felt the power of your light and the way it impacts the world around you, comment shining below to declare that you are stepping into your purpose. But why exactly is the world so drawn to your light? Let's explore that in the next section, because understanding this will help you navigate the unique challenges and opportunities that come with being a chosen one. Stay with me, the journey is just beginning. Why the world is watching you. The world is watching you because your energy is magnetic. It's not something you can hide, even if you wanted to. There's something about your presence that catches attention, draws people in, and makes them pause. They may not fully understand what it is, but they feel it nonetheless. Your light carries a frequency that resonates on a spiritual level, bypassing logic and speaking directly to the soul. It's not something you say or do, it's simply who you are. Some are drawn to you because they sense hope, clarity, or healing in your energy, things they desperately need but cannot find within themselves. Others are drawn to you out of curiosity, intrigue, or even envy, because your presence challenges their understanding of the world and themselves. This isn't about charisma or physical appearance. It's about the divine energy within you, the mark of a chosen one. This energy, your light, operates on a level that transcends the ordinary. People may not be able to articulate what they're experiencing when they encounter you, but they know they're in the presence of something rare. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the atmosphere shift? Or noticed how people seem to pay extra attention when you speak? Even if you're saying something simple, that's your light at work. It draws people in not because of what you do, but because of who you are. But it's not just individuals who notice your light. It's the systems of the world, too. The forces that thrive in darkness, the structures that rely on fear and control, are acutely aware of your presence. They see your light as a threat because it represents everything they cannot tolerate: truth, freedom, and divine connection. Your very existence challenges the status quo, exposing the lies and illusions that these systems depend on. When chosen ones rise, the grip of darkness begins to loosen. This is why your presence doesn't just inspire, it disrupts, creates ripple effects of change, breaking cycles of ignorance and fear. In the Bible, we see this dynamic clearly in the story of Daniel. Daniel was an outsider in Babylon, a foreigner in a land that valued power, wealth, and conformity above all else. Yet, Daniel's wisdom and divine connection set him apart. His light, his faith, and his integrity made him a beacon in a world ruled by corruption. People were drawn to him not just because of his abilities, but because of the divine energy he carried. But not everyone celebrated Daniel's light. Some sought to undermine him, to silence him, because his presence exposed their shortcomings and their corruption. Yet, despite their efforts, Daniel's light could not be extinguished. He remained steadfast, and God used him to accomplish extraordinary things. This story is a mirror of your own journey. Like Daniel, your light makes you stand out, and like Daniel, you will face resistance, but also incredible purpose. The attention you receive, both positive and negative, isn't random. It's a response to the energy you carry, the light that shines through you. Some people are drawn to you because they see in you what they wish they could see in themselves. Your strength, your resilience, your authenticity. These are qualities that inspire others, even if they don't fully understand why. You may notice that people open up to you easily, sharing their struggles and fears without hesitation. They sense that your light is a safe space, a place where truth and healing can exist without judgment. This is one of the ways your light serves others, by creating an environment where they feel seen and understood. But not everyone who notices your light will approach with good intentions. Some people, often unknowingly, will try to resist or suppress your light. It's not about you, it's about what your light reveals in them. Your presence can act like a mirror, reflecting back the parts of themselves they've tried to ignore. This can make people uncomfortable, defensive, or even hostile. They may criticize you, misunderstand you, or attempt to pull you down, not because they dislike you, but because they are struggling with the shadows your light exposes. This dynamic can be especially challenging when it comes from people you care about. Maybe you've experienced friends or family members reacting negatively to your growth, your awakening, or your decision to walk a different path. It's painful to feel misunderstood or unsupported by those who are supposed to love you the most. But remember, their reactions are not about you, they're about their own journey. Your light is a catalyst for transformation, and transformation is rarely comfortable. It's important to have compassion for those who struggle to understand you, while also protecting your energy and staying true to your purpose. The systems of the world also respond to your light, often in subtle but persistent ways. The forces of darkness, which thrive on fear, division, and ignorance, see your light as a direct threat to their control. They know that when chosen ones rise, their influence begins to fade. Your light disrupts their carefully constructed illusions, exposing the lies that keep people trapped. This is why you may feel like you're being watched, like obstacles appear in your path whenever you try to step into your purpose. These are not coincidences. They are attempts to keep you from realizing the full power of your light. But here's the truth: they cannot stop you. The systems of darkness are no match for the divine power that flows through you. As 1 John 4 verse 4 reminds us, "Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world." Your light is unstoppable because it comes from a source that is greater than any force of darkness. No matter how much resistance you face, your light will continue to shine, illuminating the path for others and breaking the chains of fear and oppression. The attention you're receiving, both the admiration and the resistance, is a sign of your purpose. The world is watching you because you are a leader in this spiritual awakening, a beacon of hope and truth in a time of great change. This can feel like a heavy responsibility, but it's also a profound honor. You were chosen for this role not because you are perfect, but because you are willing. Your willingness to embrace your light, to step into your purpose, is what makes you unstoppable. If you've ever felt the weight of the world's attention, if you've noticed the way people are drawn to you, or the way some seem to push you away, comment a word below to affirm that you see what's happening and are ready to rise above it. But with this attention comes challenges, and navigating them requires strength, faith, and wisdom. Let's talk about how to handle these challenges in the next section. Stay with me, because the journey is only just beginning. We've uncovered the power of your light and why the world is so drawn to you. But being in the spotlight isn't always easy. How do you handle the pressure, the scrutiny, and the negativity that comes with being seen? And how do you protect your light from those who want to dim it? Stay with me because the answers are coming. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video, and click the super thanks button to support this message of empowerment. The challenges of being seen. Being seen can feel like both a blessing and a burden. On one hand, your light is finally being recognized for what it is, a divine gift, a radiance that sets you apart and carries the power to inspire and heal. But on the other hand, visibility brings with it a set of challenges that can be difficult to navigate. Not everyone who sees your light will understand it. Some will celebrate it and draw strength from it, but others will react with fear, envy, or even hostility. This is the paradox of being a chosen one. Your light is your greatest gift, yet it is also the very thing that attracts resistance. Imagine walking into a room where the lights are dim, and then suddenly, a beam of sunlight breaks through the clouds and fills the space. For some, this light brings relief and clarity. They can see more clearly now, and they are grateful for the warmth and guidance. But for others, that same light is blinding. It forces them to confront what they've been hiding in the shadows, what they've refused to see. This is what your light does. It reveals truth, and not everyone is ready for it. This is why being seen can feel overwhelming. Your presence doesn't just illuminate the world around you. It also brings to light the things others have worked hard to keep hidden. Think about David's journey before he became king. When he defeated Goliath, his courage and faith turned him into a hero. The people of Israel celebrated him, singing, "Saul hath slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s." 1 Samuel 18 verse 7. But this recognition didn't come without a cost. Saul, consumed by jealousy, saw David's rising light as a threat to his own power. Even though David had done nothing but follow God's plan, Saul sought to destroy him. David's light, his victories, inspired many but provoked others. This is the duality of being seen. The same light that draws admiration can also draw attacks. In your own life, you may have noticed a similar pattern. Perhaps your successes, your kindness, or your authenticity have inspired some people to grow, to seek their own light, and to walk closer to their purpose. But at the same time, your light may have triggered insecurity in others. You may have encountered criticism, jealousy, or even outright opposition from people who struggle to understand or accept your unique energy. This resistance isn't a reflection of you. It's a reflection of what your light brings out in them. For some, your light is a reminder of what they've suppressed within themselves, and instead of embracing their own growth, they project their discomfort onto you. This can be especially painful when it comes from people you care about. Perhaps a friend or family member has dismissed your growth, questioned your intentions, or tried to pull you back into old patterns. You may have faced judgment or misunderstanding from those who you thought would support you the most. These moments are difficult, but they are also part of the journey of being a chosen one. Your light wasn't meant to make everyone comfortable. It was meant to challenge, to transform, and to lead. And transformation is rarely comfortable. One of the greatest challenges of being seen is the temptation to dim your light to avoid conflict. It's human nature to want to be accepted, to belong, to avoid standing out too much. When your light draws criticism or envy, it can be tempting to shrink yourself, to make your brilliance more palatable for others. You may feel the urge to blend in, to downplay your gifts, to make yourself smaller so you don't upset the balance around you. But here's the truth. You weren't meant to blend in. You weren't meant to dim your light to fit into spaces that were never designed for you. You were meant to stand out, to shine brightly, and to lead others out of darkness. The Bible offers a profound reminder of this in Matthew 5 verses 15 to 16. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Your light is not meant to be hidden or subdued. It was given to you so that it could illuminate the world around you, so that others might see the goodness of God working through you. Hiding your light doesn't serve anyone. Not you, not the people you're meant to inspire, and certainly not the Creator who entrusted you with this gift. It's also important to remember that the challenges you face because of your light are not a sign that you're on the wrong path. In fact, they're often a confirmation that you're exactly where you're meant to be. The enemy doesn't waste energy on those who pose no threat. The fact that you've faced resistance is evidence of the power of your light. If your light weren't impactful, if it didn't carry the potential to change lives and disrupt darkness, you wouldn't be met with opposition. The resistance you feel is a reflection of the difference you're making, even if you can't always see it. But how do you navigate these challenges without losing your light? The answer lies in staying connected to your source. Your light doesn't come from you, it comes through you. It is a reflection of God's love, truth, and power. And as long as you remain rooted in Him, your light will continue to shine, no matter what opposition you face. Isaiah 41 verse 10 offers this reassurance. Fear thou not, for I am with thee, be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. You are not navigating these challenges alone. God is with you, strengthening you, guiding you, and protecting you every step of the way. Being seen also comes with another challenge, the pressure to be perfect. When people look up to you, when they are drawn to your light, it can feel like you have to meet their expectations, to always be strong, to never falter. But perfection is not what's being asked of you. Authenticity is. People are drawn to your light not because you are flawless, but because you are real. Your vulnerability, your willingness to embrace both your strengths and your struggles, is what makes your light so powerful. It's what allows others to see themselves in you and to believe that they, too, can rise. If you face challenges because of your light, if you've ever felt the weight of being seen, comment, rising below to declare that you are stepping boldly into your purpose. Your light is your gift, and no amount of resistance can diminish it. But with great light comes great responsibility, and protecting your energy is essential. Let's talk about how to safeguard your light in the face of darkness. Stay with me, because this is where your journey as a chosen one truly begins. Protecting your light from darkness. Your light is precious, and it needs to be protected because it is one of the most powerful gifts God has given you. It is a beacon in the darkness, illuminating not only your own path, but also the paths of others who are searching for hope and truth. But because of its power, your light is also a target. The enemy knows that your light has the potential to break chains, to expose lies, and to inspire transformation. And so, distractions, doubts, and even the people closest to you may become tools used to dim your glow. These attacks aren't always obvious. They can be subtle. A quiet voice in your mind telling you that you're not enough. A pattern of busyness that keeps you disconnected from your source, or relationships that seem supportive but drain your energy. To shine as you were meant to, you must learn to protect your light. The first and most important way to safeguard your light is by staying grounded in your connection to God. Your light doesn't come from you, it comes through you, and God is the source of its power. When you stray from that connection, it's like unplugging a lamp from its power supply. It may glow for a little while, but eventually it will dim. Psalm 119 verse 105 says, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path." This verse is more than a metaphor. It's a reminder that God's truth is what sustains your light. By immersing yourself in His Word, by seeking Him in prayer, and by aligning your life with His guidance, you ensure that your light remains unshakable, no matter what comes against it. Imagine your light as a flame, a small but mighty fire that has the potential to grow into something transformative. A flame needs to be fed and protected. It requires fuel to keep burning, but it also needs shelter from the wind and the rain. Your spiritual practices, prayer, meditation, worship, and studying scripture, are the fuel that keeps your flame alive. They nourish your soul, reminding you of who you are and who God is. But just as important is the shelter. You must guard your light against the winds of negativity, doubt, and distraction that seek to extinguish it. This doesn't mean shutting yourself off from the world, but it does mean being intentional about where you focus your energy and attention. One of the most effective ways to protect your light is by setting boundaries. Not everyone deserves access to your energy, and not every situation is worthy of your presence. This can be a hard lesson to learn, especially if you're someone who feels called to help others. But protecting your light doesn't mean abandoning your mission. It means being wise about how and where you shine. Jesus himself modeled this wisdom. While he was deeply compassionate and gave freely to those in need, he also knew when to step away, to rest, and to pray. In Mark 1 verse 35, we see Jesus retreating to a quiet place to pray, even as people were searching for him. This wasn't selfishness, it was stewardship. He understood that in order to give his best, he needed to stay connected to his source and protect his energy. If you're ready to protect your light, if you feel the call to steward this divine gift with intention and care, comment "shielded" below. Your light is precious, and it is worth protecting. Now, let's explore how to fully embrace your role as a guide, because the world needs your light now more than ever. Stay with me, your journey is just beginning. Your light is powerful, and now you know how to protect it. But what does it mean to truly embrace your role as a guide for others? Stay with me, because this final revelation will inspire you to step fully into your destiny. Embracing your role as a guide. Your light was never meant to serve only yourself. It's easy to think that the gifts you carry, the intuition, the wisdom, the resilience, are solely for your benefit, to help you navigate the trials of life and bring you personal peace. But that's not why God placed this light within you. Your light was given to you not just as a gift, but as a responsibility. It was meant to be shared, to guide, inspire, and uplift others who are still searching, still struggling to find their way out of darkness. Like a lighthouse standing firm in the midst of a storm, your light is a beacon of hope, a signal to others that there is a safe harbor waiting for them, that they, too, can rise above the waves. This isn't always an easy role to embrace. Being a guide means stepping out of your comfort zone. It means being willing to shine, even when it feels risky, even when the world seems to be watching your every move. It means leading by example, not with perfection, but with authenticity. People don't need you to be flawless, they need you to be real. They need to see that it's possible to walk through struggles and still shine, that it's possible to stumble and still rise, that it's possible to carry light even in the midst of darkness. This is the power of your role as a guide. You show others not only the destination but the journey. You remind them that light is not the absence of challenges. It's the ability to shine through them. Think of the stars in the night sky. For centuries, travelers have used the stars to navigate their way across vast oceans and deserts. The stars themselves don't move. They remain fixed, constant, a source of guidance for those who look up. Your light functions in much the same way. It doesn't demand attention, but it draws those who are seeking. It doesn't impose itself, but it offers direction to those who feel lost. And just as the stars are part of a vast, interconnected cosmos, your light is part of something much greater than yourself. It is connected to the divine plan, to God's purpose for this world, and for the lives of those you are meant to touch. In the Bible, we see this principle reflected in the lives of many who were called to be guides for others. Consider Moses, who initially resisted his calling because he felt unworthy. He questioned his ability to lead, saying, "Who am I, that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt?" Exodus 3 verse 11. Moses doubted himself, but God didn't. God reminded him that he wasn't acting alone, that his role as a guide was not about his own strength, but about the divine power working through him. And so Moses stepped into his calling, leading an entire nation out of slavery and into freedom. His story reminds us that being a guide isn't about being perfect. It's about being willing. This is your time to rise, to fully embrace your calling as a guide, and to step boldly into the purpose for which you were created. The world is waiting for you to shine, to lead, and to inspire. If you're ready to claim this role, to stand in your light and guide others toward their own awakening, comment, "I am chosen" below. Remember, your light was never meant to serve only yourself. It was meant to illuminate the path for others, to bring glory to God, and to play a vital role in the divine plan that is unfolding all around us. The time to embrace your role as a guide is now. The world is watching, and it's waiting for you to shine.